I was expecting a good response for sure. Every time you actually get the response, you're like, oh my god, oh wow, and it's going crazy. The fact that she's a homosexual, for sure,
Yeah.
that part was a very big part for me. She was playing a doctor, and the fact that there was this such a huge contrast between she's something else professionally and she's another person altogether personally. The play between what's going on inside you, what you show outside, how much you want to show outside, what is the impression you want to give outside. It's like a khichdi.
Okay.
We the idea was not to sensationalize. The idea was not to put it out there and have people watch the show. If you see, it's not even in the trailer.
Yeah.
The kissing part of it. But the idea was to focus on the emotional conflict of this character as a homosexual.
I absolutely love the authenticity that you bring with every show you star in. And whenever you're on screen, I'm already convinced that this is something worth creating an impact. So, Kirti, a huge welcome to ETimes. We are so happy to have you joining with us today.
How beautiful is that introduction? And I'm so flattered. I mean, truly, like I'm thank you for saying all that.
So, I enjoyed watching Human. Every moment kept me on the edge with so much detailing and depth. The show is so real, disturbing, but at the same time, an eye opener. How has the response been so far? What are people telling you?
The response has been amazing. Like really, like I was expecting a good response for sure, but every time you actually get the response, you're like, oh my god, oh wow. So honestly, I mean, people have been messaging on my social media. Thanks to social media now, people can
Yeah.
immediately watch and just let how was it and give their feedback and all. And it's going crazy, and people are loving so much. It's almost like everywhere around me, wherever I go, whoever I talk to, human is like the hot topic. Everyone's discussing,
Exactly.
everyone's talking about, did you see it, what did you think, this, that. And it's very surreal actually to kind of see that happening with
Mhm.
something you do. It's what we work hard for, so yeah.
No. So, speaking of your character, actually, both the characters of Gauri and Saira are bold, strong, but again, a lot unpredictable and emotionally all over the place. So, what was it about Saira that attracted you the most?
So the fact that she's a homosexual, for sure,
Yeah.
that part was a very big part for me. She was playing a doctor, and the fact that there was this such a huge contrast between she's something else professionally and she's another person altogether personally. Like
Yeah.
there is such a contrast between these two worlds in her life, which I thought was so interesting and so complex to kind of play with as an actor.
So, what was the toughest part in approaching her? She has a million emotions, screaming inside her at the same time.
This exact part,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the thing, it's not when there is so much going on inside you, the play between what's going on inside you, what you show outside, how much you want to show outside, what is the impression you want to give outside, what are you actually feeling inside. This is a very, it's like a khichdi,
Yeah,
if you really
true.
look at it. But to present that khichdi in a way on screen where people can figure that there is a khichdi. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if you know what I mean, but
yeah.
to present it, to simplify it, all this complexity, to simplify it in a way in terms of emotions and expressions in every scene for the audience to at least get the sense of, oh, this is what is happening inside her, and this is what she's trying to do, I think was the toughest part.
Mm-hmm. So, another interesting thing which you had also mentioned, the homosexual character that you play, it's honest and it was included in a story without making it look very sensational or shocking. So, as an actor, what was the kind of brief you had received, to find that balance and not over exaggerate it?
So this was, of course, written in the script, like the fact that this is how they wanted to play it.
Okay.
We the idea was not to sensationalize. The idea was not to, put it out there and have people watch the show. If you see, it's not even in the trailer.
Yeah.
The kissing part of it, which we could have put in it, and people would have been intrigued by, oh, what is this, but the idea was to focus on the emotional conflict of this character as a homosexual, and not anything else, because everything else is okay. But people, you have to get into the psyche and the emotional core of the character in terms of why are they feeling what they are feeling, and what is it doing to them,
Exactly.
so that's what the attempt was from the beginning. And in fact, if even the way Saira looks, she's you cannot, we haven't given her those cliche ways of saying homosexual hai to aisi dikhegi, aise chalegi, aise
नहीं,
kapde pehenegi.
exactly.
She's, you cannot make out
This
whether
normal person out there.
yeah, exactly. So this is all was a part of what we had for her in mind.
So, Kirti, every time I see you on screen, you always make sure to bring in a change in the portrayal of a woman in a content or in cinema for that matter. How do you reflect on that and assess your role among your contemporaries?
I love, you know what? I honestly, I'm mostly just involved with my work as an actor, and I really look at a lot of things just ki as an actor मुझे क्या करने को मिल रहा है, मुझे कितना मजा आ रहा है. But Aditi, I cannot deny this fact that I am of late I've started realizing the impact of what I do can have on people, that it is making a difference, that it is inspiring people, that people are taking notice of it. And for me, it's very overwhelming. At the same time, it's very, very humbling, because I am just doing what I like doing. I'm just acting, and that's what I'm pursuing. But along with that, it's just, there is so much more that I guess is happening along the way. And I love how people are accepting it. I love how people are accepting what I do as an actor, the roles I do as an actor. And it's very, very humbling for sure. So there is a certain sense of responsibility, but I will make sure that I'm not bogged down by it. I am still able to do what I do in the most simple way.
It's really good to see the choices that you've made so far in terms of choosing a script or a character that you portray. And at the same time, you haven't been typecast yet. So is there a pressure to not slot yourself as one particular type of an actor and keep experimenting yourself?
There is not a pressure, but it's a choice. And I've always had that choice. And I think a lot of times I was prone to being typecast. But because of me making this choice for my own self, that I'm going to do different roles each time, because that's what excites me. I think I have finally reached a point where now people, if I come up with something, if something of mine is coming out, people are expecting to see something new. And I think it's taken a lot of conscious effort and choice to reach here. And I'm so glad that now people expect that, rather than me expecting that from myself. Now people also expect that from me. So it's amazing.
So thank you so much, Kirti, for doing this with me. I had a great time chatting with you, and I'm actually a little starstruck. As I said, I'm a huge fan of your work, and I really look forward to seeing you more on the screen.
How sweet, Aditi. Thank you so much.